Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Marvelite podcast. This is episode 75. I'm your host this week, Nick, and I am joined by Michael, aka Feo34.
What a dooski, guys. Glad to be here on this marvelous day.
Yeah, and we have your illustrious fan favorites, Luke.
What a dooski, guys.
And Will.
What's poppin'? Squirt fucking orange in my eye.
I totally copied Mikey.
Yeah, you cucked me there. Wow, I can't wait for the more cucks to happen.
Damn, this is a pretty, this is like an anniversary episode, 75. They're almost there to 100.
Almost.
Yeah, dude, we're 3/4. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll only be, another 3 months?
Yeah, we haven't got canceled yet, so it's good.
Yeah, Super Friends went on hiatus, we didn't.
Oh, also, Nick, speaking about getting close to 100, we're about to hit 100K today.
Yeah, so by the time this podcast is up, we'll already be over 100K, and hopefully, I think we're kind of like working out what the giveaway is going to be for everybody, so details.
Dude, watch
soon.
watch the channel just like come to a complete freeze and we just not gain one single sub since this
Bro,
recording.
I'd be mad as hell. That would be the ultimate cuckening.
Damn.
It would be. No, but I'm just going to say thank you guys. This is pretty damn awesome. We finally made it to 100K.
Yeah, we got the
So
silver
great.
play button.
We're going to divide it like 9 ways.
Yeah, just cut it up.
We're gonna cut it up like a cake with like a bandsaw or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But speaking of that, this is sponsored by LootCrate.com, so you can get 10% off your subscription there if you guys are new to that, with the link down in the description box and the promo code BRIGGS10. I think the theme for this month is Investigate, so there's stuff from Jessica Jones, Stranger Things, Batman, and the X-Files. So if you guys are fans of
Awesome.
that, check it out.
Oh snap, Stranger Bats, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, how's everybody doing too? Before we get into the show.
You know what, Nick? Thanks for asking. I'm actually doing pretty good. Handed in my last assignment for the day and just feeling good.
Now you're off school, right? Forever?
Not forever. I have about 2 weeks of exams, and then I'm done for the semester. Then back at it again in the fall.
You lucky broad.
It's awesome.
I am indeed abroad. I'm in Canada.
Yeah, Willie, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I probably need to study for a quiz later tonight, or I can just hang out with my one friend like I do most of the time.
Your one friend, who's that?
She's a friend of mine, and she's very interesting.
She?
It's all that matters. It's all that matters.
Shout out to Will's one friend. You appreciate it.
Alright.
Well, she was my director too. So.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you wanted to get her on Super Friends.
On Super Friends.
I believe who was asking about that constantly? I remember.
I think Waru
Was it
asked.
Waru?
He's like, I think he said she should be on the show. She does know like her nerd shit. I'll give her credit.
Hey.
At least when it comes to television.
Huh.
She's the only Gotham fan I know. So.
Oh damn.
Wow.
That scares.
It'd be like. Yeah.
Jeez. Luke, how are you doing?
Don't you
today?
actually still watch it, Will?
When it gets on Netflix, I'll catch up.
Okay. I'm doing alright. I've been in this constant state of anxiety, and I've been upset since I went to bed last night, all the way up until now, mostly over Sony, but I think we'll get to that a little later.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh my god.
I've actually been like obsessing over it all day today. I know that's not very healthy, but
Oh gosh! But before we get into that, Nick, how you doing, bud?
I'm
How you doing, man?
good. Okay, so moving
Good
on to
boy.
the topics. First topic, we got our second trailer for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and
Yeah. Let's talk
showed
about
everything basically.
it. Well, it's not everything, but just a little too much.
Yeah, Michael, what did you think of this trailer? You did your reaction to it, and it got a mixed reaction to that. So
Yes, Spider-Man: Homecoming, guys. So I'm really excited for the movie. Like I'll be straight up about that. Watching this second trailer, I thought it was an okay trailer. Compared to the first one, not as good. I thought that one just was cut together better. It was executed better as well. For this one, I honestly feel like they showed way too much. Like I think I liked it up until the point they got to the boat scene and they showed how that's resolved. And then after that point, I just didn't like the trailer. I felt like they gave a little bit too much for me personally. You know, granted the movie hasn't come out yet. There still could be much more that they're not showing. I trust Marvel. However, I feel like one, that boat scene, I would have much rather had not known how that was going to be resolved. And two, I would have rather not have seen more bits from the plane action bit.
Yeah,
towards the end, 'cause I feel like I can almost stitch together the plot now.
Dude, Water thinks
Yeah.
this trailer was badass as hell.
And if you, I'm not, I liked what I saw. I like seeing some more of the Ned and Peter aspects of it, and some of those other small elements. But just those bigger reveals, I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one part where Ned had the spider mask on.
See, that wasn't too bad for me, honestly. But like, we even see freaking Liz Allen's character and him kiss at what looks to be a homecoming. Like, why are you showing that in a fucking trailer?
Yeah.
Well, why are they making Ned too much like Gunky?
And that's another thing I don't even mention, but I'll pass it off.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I was just gonna say, yeah, that's one of the things I still am not looking forward to is, pretty much Ned is Gank, and I can't get over that. I'm sorry, like I really can't. Like if you're gonna like do Gank, just do Gank. Like why even make him Ned Leeds? Because that's a whole other character altogether. Mm-hmm. It just I don't know. Just I don't like it, and I don't like the fact that he's Peter's friend. I mean, what happened to Harry? I think. I think the last Harry we got was Well, the last Harry we got was utter crap, and I don't know why, but Dane DeHaan always looks like he's sick for some reason.
Isn't that the
Dane-
truth, man?
Mm-hmm.
Dane's not a bad actor, but man, he had like
He's a good actor, but he just looks sick all the time.
they gave him nothing to. They gave him enough to do to the point he had nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
was
Well,
good
that's
for
funny.
like. He was good for when he was introduced, and then it's like, wait, you retroactively put a character in the film.
Yeah, I mean, like this new trailer hypes me up more than what the last trailer did, because the last trailer honestly did really nothing for me. I mean, this one did get me actually hyped. I'm like, okay, now I want to see this film. But I think Mikey's right. They showed a little bit too much, and what I really hope they don't do, especially showing us that little bit at the end with the vulture on the plane, I really hope that they don't try to pull the whole like the bird through the engine trick, because that would just be it's cliche. It's a movie trope. It's it would be so predictable, and I really hope they don't go that route. And I'd be actually pretty upset if they killed off Adrian Toomes.
Yeah,
Because he's such an awesome actor.
I'm
too.
getting. I'm getting really sick, honestly, of Marvel killing off their villains, the ones that they don't have like big plans for. Unless it's Loki or Thanos.
What happened to justice
even,
in the jail system?
Or even Red Skull, because I'm like 99% sure they didn't kill off Red Skull. He's somewhere else, but they led you to believe that he's dead. Yeah. And most other characters die for some reason. I don't know why. I don't get it. I really hate the fact that they have to kill them all off.
Yeah. Okay. Will, what are your first impressions from this trailer?
I like this trailer better than the first one when it came to just kind of tone-wise. Like, I see what they were going for with the first one, but I like the way this one was done a little better. But I do agree with Mikey that they did kind of show off a little too much. Like, the thing I didn't like was that they showed about how Peter loses his suit. I'm like, well, fuck, that's a major plot point that you just kind of told us. And I think they're just they're making him rely a little bit too much on Tony. And I get he's a kid and he has to learn the responsibility and all that shit, but like the fact that he even had the portion where he's like, but I'm nothing without the suit. It's like, then you should have made the fucking suit in the first place.
Yeah, you know what? I actually like those elements.
That still bothers me that Tony made that suit. I'm sorry, that should have been all Pete. Because one of Peter's unlike spoken of skills is he's an incredible seamstress. Seriously, it's something that no one thinks about. He designed and like sewed together his own suit. Not even talking the ghetto one. I mean, like the actual Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, even the Tasmverse did that.
Tasm did it. Raimi did it. The comics did it. This is the one time he didn't do it. It actually kind of irks me.
Yeah, I actually like those aspects of like the suit and like the kind of father-son almost dynamic. But I would much have rather seen those like great scenes in the trailer, like the little speech Tony gives to him, in the actual movie. Do you know what I'm saying?
Same. No, I agree with you. I'd rather have seen that in the movie. The kiss with him and Liz. The plane thing I have as much issue with, but yeah, I'm with Luke because even when in my reaction, even I was like, oh god, they're gonna kill him through the jet engine, aren't they?
Yeah. And it's just like they're showing all that stuff like big set pieces. It's almost like there's no like there might be, but do you think there's gonna be another action scene like in like the third act? Assuming that's not it.
Yeah,
Like, that's the
whatever happened to
climax?
that helicopter scene? We didn't see that.
Oh yeah, we haven't. The one with him and the redhead.
Yeah,
with the camera.
MJ.
There's enough things that we don't know, but I still think there were some things that were shown that should have been saved, like how his suit got all fucked up, because it was led to believe that it had to do with like the vulture and stuff.
Oh, also, is anyone else upset that Donald Glover isn't playing Phil Urich?
But Ben,
I was really hoping. I was really
never
hoping he
considered
wouldn't.
it.
I was really hoping he wouldn't be a bad guy and have a minor role. I wanted him to be more involved in this universe than what I think he actually is going to be.
Well, don't they have Phil in Defenders and he died?
No, that was
Oh,
Ben
no, that was
Urich.
Ben.
I'm
That
talking
was
about
Ben
his. I'm talking about his nephew,
nephew.
Phil Urich, was also
So you want you want two hobgoblins in a movie?
Well, I'm just saying he's also a reporter. I mean, they could have made him working for the Daily Bugle and
Actually,
just have him, maybe even just lightly reference Ben in some way.
Dude, that's too many villains, man. You got Tinker, Shocker, Vulture.
I'm not saying make him the Hobgoblin. I'm just saying have him in
two
there.
hobgoblins, too many, man. You got.
I would have rather have seen him as Phil Urich than random goon number 5.
Well, actually, he might be Phil. We don't know. He hasn't been announced as who he is. He's just kind of there.
Yeah,
He
I don't
could
feel like
still
that.
be
I don't think they'd waste Donald Glover for just like a
he
random
could
thug.
still be Phil Urich.
I mean that'd be cool. It's just like if he is Phil Urich, then why hide it?
Yeah, they should have done Voltress instead.
With Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yes, bring back Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I want. I'd love to see Anne Hathaway play Black Cat and just have the ultimate moment where she kisses him and is like, "Oh my God, you're a child." Oh,
Illegal.
Yeah, she just had that face of, "Oh my God, and she just pukes.
Damn.
We should get that for Homecoming 2, or I don't know, graduation day, prom night, whatever they're calling it.
No, it's gonna be called Homecoming.
The Spider-Man prom night.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't actually want to do Homecoming 2. They want all the rights back and reboot again.
Mm-hmm.
They can suck my ass.
Yeah, fair enough.
Moving on
I
to
agree.
moving on though to a universe that I am hyped for, the Sony Cinematic Universe. That looks awesome. I can't wait to see that. Like, oh my God.
Hey man, I'm prepared to see this dumpster fire. I'm actually excited for it.
Venom, Black Cat, Silver Sable, awesome.
It's like the Gotham of Marvel films. I'm excited, man. Time to fuck up everything that.
Okay, so we know this much, right? Tom Holland has a contract for at least 6 films. So one contract was Civil War, second contract is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yep.
Since Avengers: Infinity War is now 2 separate movies, that makes 4 films that he's going to appear in, plus
two solo flicks.
Yeah, plus the sequel to Homecoming. That makes 5, and I'm assuming a third film to round out the trilogy. After that's done, probably 2021, around that time, that contract is up. However, I think I just read an article earlier that his contract was, or not his contract, but Sony's contract with Marvel was extended to some degree on some levels, but we're not exactly sure what those details are yet. Here's my thing. I think it would be a horrible idea. I mean, just an absolute garbage thing to do to try to make another universe separate from the MCU, because I don't think, one, Marvel's never going to let Peter leave again. He's home where he belongs. Whether the film is actually going to be good or not, I think that's where he belongs. He doesn't belong at Sony.
Yeah, he belongs at Sony with the rest of the Spider-Man characters.
No, he doesn't.
With
Keep
over
the boy
this,
away from his abusive family.
The funny thing is though is that Sony has rights to 600 characters, belong to Marvel originally. So that okay, you could make a universe out of that. I don't understand why you would even want to. I mean, I think that I almost want to think that it was on Amy and Tom Rothman's part. They only made this deal so that way they could win the audience back, like they could win us back. And then okay, he was in the MCU, there you go. Now we're going to have him back. We're going to take another crack at him. And hopefully you'll forgive us, cuz we made this awesome deal, this very rare deal that never happens in Hollywood anymore.
They're playing the long game.
I think but it's not a very good plan. They are playing the long game. But you don't play the long game though, Michael, and like, okay, sign a deal for 6 movies, whatever. You guys can use Spider-Man. Oh, but wait a minute. We're going to come out with an animated Spider-Man film that isn't Peter Parker. Oh, wait. Then we're going to do a Silver Sable film. We're going to do a Black Cat film. We're going to do a Venom film. None of them include Spider-Man, and they're going to be separate to the MCU. That's just stupid.
Oh, Venom's awesome, dude. I can't wait for that movie. Rated R, like...
Venom's overrated. Seriously, I like Venom, but you're not going to be able to tell that story. Like, it's not going to be good.
And we had and we had talked about this too when we had our like meeting before. It's like, so they have this shitload like pantheon of other spider-related characters. Why not do literally anybody else?
Yeah, like the lizard.
No, honestly, they need to do Anya Corazon because she gets no respect like she deserves. Who was like the OG Spider-Girl, Aranya? Because one, you have your minority. Two, you have someone that's like barely. She's not related to Peter Parker at all. Three, she has the Spider-Man access. You can do the entire
they could have
thing.
done 2099.
Or
Almost what they could do, Will.
You can get your minority audience with that shit. You don't even need Miles anymore.
I don't want to be filling Sony with ideas here, but almost what they could do, since they do have like 600 something characters, they could almost make like a series of anthology films, and each one just focuses on a different Spider-Man in the quote Spider-Verse. You know, the
that's not multiverse. A bad idea, actually.
They could go that route because, you know, Sony, Spider-Man is the only superhero mark that they have. It's the only trade that they have. So, like, you have all of these competitors are trying to build these big cinematic universes with, you know, your Transformers, and, you know, like, pretty soon Valiant's going to be starting one. And you're going to have all these, you know, competitors. You know, they're all trying to copycat Marvel. Spider-Man is the only thing Sony has. And if they let that go completely, with all of those 600 characters, they have nothing. They have nothing to build off of. All they have is their crappy Adam Sandler films.
And the Ghostbusters...
And their crappy Ghostbusters.
The Ridiculous Six is the greatest piece of film ever created. I know what you're talking about.
They have Stephen King, too,
some
right?
universe,
Dark Tower.
Sure. Oh, yeah, well, we don't know how Dark Tower's going to do yet, though.
Yeah.
Oh, also, speaking of the Venom film, since you mentioned it, apparently Andy Shankar is being rumored to...
Andy? Who's that? Audie?
Sorry,
Andy Shankar.
Is that his brother?
Oopsie. I'm thinking of The Walking Dead, like Andy.
His brother Andy Shankar.
Audie Shankar, who did the bootleg Power Rangers and the Dirty Laundry.
Wait, they want him to direct?
Yeah.
The Venom film?
That's the rumor for the Venom film.
But you know
what?
You know, I had no idea that he had done this. He didn't direct it himself, but he produced a Eddie Brock short film that's actually really cool. It's called Truth in Journalism. I just watched it today, actually, for the first time ever. It's pretty old too, but that was a pretty cool short film. It has Venom in it too, but it's like a realistic take on like Eddie Brock and stuff. It was pretty awesome. I recommend checking that out if you guys are interested. It's on Vimeo, I think, too. So.
Wait a minute, Nick liked a fan film? Are we in the fucking
yeah, because it was high budget and like actually shot on like red cameras and stuff.
Dude, he's the fan film master.
Yeah, but in terms of it directing, I don't know. I don't think he's directed anything before, so he's just a producer, really. So
I don't know. There's actually like so much rage, but. And it's something I've been obsessing over lately. I mean, I can't squeeze all of my thoughts in, so I'm just gonna
I'm hyped for Venom, dude. Rated R, horror, sci-fi. I can't wait to see that.
I know, they already put out the prequel to it, Life, so they already have the works going.
And the reason, and the thing that gets me is I'm like, you know the corporate executives have like barely opened up a fucking comic book, because they say they have like 600 different characters, and out of all the spider-themed characters they pick, they have all these interesting, intricate backstories and this big, great pantheon of villains. Just because it's like, oh, he's like the evil Spider-Man. No, he fucking isn't. He's really not.
Yeah. He's
a douchebag with a camera.
Just to give everyone an idea of what Sony wanted to do, at one point they were asking Marvel for permission to use Spider-Ham. I'm not even kidding. That was a thing.
Was it?
Just go wherever on the internet. I'm sure you can still find all of those leaked emails from Sony.
We'll go through those one day. Maybe that'll be a Marvelite special.
I went through them. I read every one of them.
No, I mean the rest of us. We'll do it online and just laugh our asses off.
Wait, I have a quick question, guys.
What's that?
So is this Venom movie outside of the TASM universe?
Yes, it's completely reboot. It's rebooting a new Spider-Verse.
I was gonna say because.
It's supposed to release October of next year.
Oh.
Which means they have to start filming soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, essentially now.
They're going to have to start casting, and that means there has to be a script already in place. They have to pick a director.
They're filming in fall. It's not like a quick turnaround.
They're setting up for that $2 billion Spider-Man versus TASM movie.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I was going to say, because if it's in the TASM universe, what they could do is tie Miles Morales into it, and then he can like base it all off of like Peter Parker died fighting the Rhino, and now it's my job to pick up the mantle to face Venom.
the weird thing about Venom is that Miles Morales has never been turned into one, oddly enough. But, like, everyone else has, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have long enough arcs before the universe gets rebooted, but that's another
Oops!
topic.
When that truth slips out.
Yeah. I don't know, like, but in terms of the Venom movie, like, I actually am excited to see what they do, because it's like, the way that, you know, it's outside of any universe, like, it's starting its own universe, so they could just do anything.
The
Like, they have
Clintarverse.
they have a full sandbox to do whatever they want.
Now but here's a thought, Nick. What if for Homecoming 2 Marvel wants to do tell the story with Venom?
I don't think they.
Oh my
I don't-
God,
I
they
don't
wanna-
think they're
they wanna
doing
cuck?
that. I think they're doing Mysterio. Or
No,
something
no.
like that.
I'm just saying, but what if they wanted to? Okay, let's put ourselves in a scenario where that may be a possibility.
That was
And
a rumor, actually.
Let's say John Watts or some new director is like, no, I want to take it in this direction, and I want to tell a story, like a good story with Venom, like you know, let's tell a story with Venom and let's make
No,
it good.
it's too
Or we
early.
could even
Peter
include
Parker's
the
not
other.
even at the Bugle. There's no Eddie Brock.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't think honestly that's going to happen. But I'm just saying, what if that does happen, and then we have this R-rated Venom film that is from another studio and it's in another continuity altogether. We're at a conundrum at this point, especially with general audiences.
Yeah, I'd
It's
rather
going to
see the
confuse
Sony
people.
one because it's rated R.
Just because
that's how it
just
works.
because it's rated R though, Nick, doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah, but
That's how it
MCU
works
waters
these days.
down. I don't want Venom in that.
MCU does water down. They water down almost all of their characters, and I can attest to that. I mean, all of us have seen all the films. They do, but I just don't think that telling a story with Venom and having it rated R isn't going to make it good.
No, it'd be cool though.
What's going to make
It'd be
it
awesome?
The premise might be cool, but again, I think it's a terrible idea to have any of your films from this point on out not be in the MCU.
I
just think it's a bad idea.
I, for one, want to watch Sony burn.
Well, me too, but you know, honestly, they're probably committing business suicide at this point.
Well, yeah.
I really think that they are.
I just hope the emails for that movie leak at one point. But anyway,
You know, Black Cat and Silver Sable. I hope that's rated R.
What with what? They're just gonna fuck
Yeah,
for 2.5 hours?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a porno, pretty much.
Great. Well, I mean, we've seen. Well, their outfits are just tight.
I mean,
Leather
of all
catsuits.
characters, Silver freaking Sable, really?
We're bringing her
all
back.
characters.
Luke. We've been asking for. Sony's
No
been
one's
hearing our demands.
who's asked for a Silver Sable film? People are asking for Miles Morales. People are asking for Spider-Man Noir or 2099. Who's asking for Silver freaking Sable? Nobody.
The chick that was in Sony but isn't there anymore, Amy.
Amy's still at Sony, dude.
Yeah, she got promoted
I
again.
thought She got promoted again? I thought she got let go after that whole Ghostbusters fiasco.
No, she never got let go. She just got demoted, and she voluntarily, stepped down.
wait, Amy P?
Amy P, yes.
She just did that interview at CinemaCon.
Yeah, I
DJ
know she
Amy
did.
P.
And that's where she pretty much spilled the beans and said, yeah, like, as soon as the contracts are up, like, we're skipping out on Marvel again. And she was basically trying to make, like, she was vaguely trying to make the point that this is all temporary.
Yeah, it almost sounded like she was like a supervillain giving away her plot to the hero just
And
to
the-
get like screwed over.
Nick, did you watch the newest Midnight's Edge where they talk about Homecoming and the whole
I didn't see that.
contracts deal?
Yeah, I haven't seen those new ones.
Oh, it's good. But they talk about how Kevin Feige's on good terms with like Tim Roth and DJ Amy P.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Tom Rothman?
Yeah.
Like Tom Rothman was all for Kevin Feige's ideas. He's like, yeah, dude, let's do it.
Dang.
Let's go.
Money.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, sometimes you got to spend money to make money. Let's get it happening. We need to pull this company out of the ground. It's like the complete opposite of how he did X-Men. It's so weird. And like Kevin Feige's cool with all of them because he's just like, yeah, I worked on the old Spider-Man movies and X-Men, so we're cool, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they try to fuck him over like God King Feige won't fucking destroy them at the box office.
Yeah, I guess before we get into the questions, we do want to mention again that this episode was brought to you guys by LootCrate.com. Save 10% with that link down in the description box and the promo code BREAKS10. So, with that said, let's get into our viewer questions here. Jacob Benton, next question says, who would you like to see as the main villain for later MCU phases? Here's hoping Stiltman. Oh, jeez.
Well, that's in Netflix right now.
I think
so.
the main problem is, like, they like so many of their bigger villains are at Fox and stuff. So like, I mean, they do have villains that they could use. Like they could do the Masters of Evil or like something like along those lines possibly. But
they could do the Cabal.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things. Marvel even has the Atlanteans and the Lemurians, but they're not. I don't think they're going to use them. You know, they could do in a story arc with Namor,
or the Skrulls.
Or the Skrull. I mean, dude, again, like Fox has some of the best characters, and it really sucks.
No, doesn't Marvel have rights to the Skrulls as well? Just not Super Skrull?
Yeah, they could use the Skrulls, I think.
Partially, there's a split. It's one of those gray areas. Like Marvel does not own Super Skrull.
I think going to Ultron again will be pretty cool if they did justice. I'm thinking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is blowing them out the water with Ada right now in terms of like robots and whatnot.
I really hate that story arc.
Well, I don't like you. Anyway, I would go with Kang the Conqueror.
But he's at Fox.
Exactly, we couldn't.
Masters of Evil.
Say go Ultron again, say he survives somehow, and actually do him better.
Yeah.
Maybe then.
I would also say Annihilus too, but they don't have him.
Yeah.
Okay, Will, who do you choose?
Masters of fucking Evil.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom. Or what about the
I've been pitching that
Thunderbolts?
for a while.
I mean, they wouldn't be a villain really. I guess they could just be like a spin-off or something.
Actually, a Thunderbolts
who
would be a fantastic.
Thunderbolts with like what characters?
They could do General Ross, Bucky.
They could do him.
Thing.
Buck.
What's his
No
name?
Punisher.
Zemo.
They could,
guess.
but
Why don't they do MODOK?
Yeah.
I hope they bring actual MODOK, like him floating around.
Yeah, you
gotta
have Bruce Campbell's face as MODOK.
MODOK is at Fox.
Why? Why would you want him? What does he do for you?
Is MODOK
Even
at
though-
Fox? Was he not?
even
was
though
he not
AIM-
Cap too?
Even though AIM was in Iron Man, yeah, they
How did
can't
Fox
do.
end up with all the villains?
I don't know. Like again, it's a fantastic question.
Yeah, that's the real question. Anyway, if anyone can look that up and find that out for us, how did Fox get the villains? We got all the heroes, and then Sony got Pete.
No, Sony has Venom.
They have the best character, Miguel O'Hara. Miguel confirmed best boy.
Yeah. All right. I think we kind of threw out some answers there. Some pretty decent ones, but you know, a lot of it. I mean, wasn't there like they were trying to get Galactus back for Daredevil a while ago, but that kind of just never happened. So.
Wait, for Daredevil? What?
No, they were trying to swap Fox and Marvel.
Oh, I was gonna say
they were gonna be like, yeah, we'll give you Daredevil, or if you give us Galactus and Silver Surfer and all that good stuff.
That doesn't seem worth it all.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, dude, he'd be so fucked if he tried Galactus touch it down in like Hell's Kitchen.
I almost wanted to see what that Daredevil film would have looked like from the 70s.
It looked good.
Like,
I mean, it could have been cool, but just
never know.
exists as a mock-up trailer, I guess, at this point. But the final question comes to us from Jalen. He says, wouldn't it be smarter if Sony made movies about their interesting Spider-Man villains put in the MCU so Spider-Man never has a dull villain in his movies? I mean, yeah, but they don't want to do that.
So,
yeah.
Sony doesn't want to play 100% ball. They try to be sneaky with
Here's
shit
another
that
question.
backfires.
Since they announced these 3 films and we're assuming that they're going to be focused on these 3 new Sony films, what's happening to Sinister Six at this point? Because just not even a year ago, Avi Arad was talking about, oh no, yeah, we're still making
that's
Sinister
on the
Six.
table.
We're just like
Yeah, Drew Goddard just has a script sitting in the wind.
How are they going to make a Sinister Six film though without any kind of build up?
Without Spider-Man.
Yeah, without Spider-Man involved, because you remember the initial draft was going to be set in the TASM universe. I mean, the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 set up that film altogether. It was setting up the Sinister Six, and then now, news is coming out that Sinister Six isn't going to be in that continuity. It's going to be all new characters, all new story,
all different.
Yeah, it got a page 1 rewrite. So it's like, wait a minute, is that going to be a part of this new Venom verse? And you're not going to include Spider-Man at all?
Wait,
I don't understand.
Can you imagine if they did Sinister Six and 3 of them were like Venom, Black Cat, and Silver Sable, and say that you got like 3 others just out of their ass? I don't know, like Electro, I don't know, Doc Ock and Carnage.
No, Scorpion.
What would they be doing, and who would they be facing?
Yeah, Scorpion. Galactus. It'd be that Sony Fox.
You know what, actually?
Wait, a Sony Fox crossover. That's a way to try and do
that
Marvel
almost
dirty.
happened a long time ago. And
No.
yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, the Spider-Man X-Men one that almost happened.
Yeah, it almost was there, but...
So if this Venom universe, could they go about it where like Spider-Man's not in it, but could they say like, oh, he's been dead for a while or something, and just not have him in it?
No, they're gonna cast a different.
What would
Spider-Man.
be the point? What would be the point of even doing Sinister Six?
Because there
Honestly.
are all those Sinister Six Spider-Man haters. Honestly, they should just do a Superior Foes movie. That'd be funny as hell. That one you could do as an R-rated comedy and get your Deadpool money.
I would rather have a Superior Foes
Yeah,
Do a
than a
superior
Sinister
Spider-Man movie.
Six.
they need all these movies. Just make them all right now. Just do it.
Make them all.
Have them all come out on the same year.
All right, I think that wraps up the episode. We're starting to just ramble about Sony and villains and stuff. So this has been Marvelite episode 75. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you guys want to get your questions answered next week, just drop them down below with the hashtag AskMarvelite. And if you guys want to find us on social media, you can find me on Twitter at who's_Nick. Will, where can people find you on YouTube and all that?
Find me on YouTube with Another Time Here, but I'm on social media as Will the Greatest.
Okay, Michael, where can people find you?
Peeps, you can find me over on my YouTube channel, Failwell34, and as well my social media, which is Fail Production 1 for Twitter and Failwell34 for Instagram.
Okay, Luke, where's your social media?
Cool. You guys can find me on Twitter at Quantum X Paradox.
Awesome. All right, thank you guys, and we will see you next week.